came from all the corners of the empire. Knights, mercenaries, recruits. They descended on the surrounding lands like a swarm of locusts. At night, one could look out over a sea of campfires and tents which shone in the moonlight, a sea which stretched to the very horizon, and, enthroned in the middle, like a spider in a web, Guy Fawkes, who orchestrated preparations for the imminent crusade with an iron hand.
I was assigned to assemble a Crusader army. It is your duty to help me organize supplies. You will receive more detailed orders.
A crusade? My cousin, His Majesty, never said that he was considering such a thing. But who am I to question our ruler's will? The Emperor may be ill, but he seems to want to conquer the Orient regardless. We must support Guy Fawkes in his endeavors. This is our feudal duty.
You heard the orders, and nobody opposes Cardinal Lucius's orders. You will soon receive your first instructions, so kindly make yourself useful. Do you hear? All these knights have sworn an oath to fight for this crusade, and there are more to come. I need provisions to feed and water these brave men.
This will certainly not be the only demand that Guy Fawkes will place on you. Build a market building, as this will create space for all the new plants. A market building with a sea view. I would have built it to the north, so that as many production sites as possible could be built around it. Excellent. The Guy Fawkes seems to have scant regard for politeness. Be that as it may, a cider farm should be enough to produce the quantity of cider required. You should also create some orchards, so that the cider farmer's wife can finally get to work. Oh no. Goods are piling up in this plant, but there's no road connection. Your storage will soon be full of lovely cider. It's a shame that Guy Fawkes will be the first to taste it. few lumberjacks could replenish your dwindling supply of wood. Just come and see me any time if you need some tools.
Superb.
It's not my place to question Guy Fawkes's orders. Yet, I'm surprised. It's quite unlike the Emperor to take such a warlike stance against foreign people.
You have sighted new land.
Useless dolts! They jumped overboard because they don't want to fight in the crusade. Bring me these traitors. I will soon teach them some obedience.
Land sighted.
These sodden... You have actually done something right for once.
Land ahoy! You have discovered a building on an island.
Purify your soul in the name of the Lord.
The island with the mountain monastery does not yet belong to anyone. On you go. Build a warehouse on it. It's yours.
Snap them up while supplies last.
If you have wood, I regularly acquire goods from the Empire. As you wish. If you have wood and tools on board, there's nothing to stop you building a warehouse. I'd be happy to help you. Excellent. You've just acquired new land.
How nice of you to come to trade.
The Lord's blessing will protect us all.
Purify your soul in the name of the Lord.
Fabulous. You've now provided the raw material for the linen garments. Ah, splendid. Weavers are now moving into your new factory.
Bring food and drink for these knights, or I will allow them to plunder your island. It is a great... What about those refreshments? You there? Do you know some linen garments for the Crusader knights won't hurt either?
The weaver says that he could produce many more linen garments if he had a sufficient quantity of hemp. Now we know what to do about that, don't we?
Game saved.
I know it's rather improper, but could you have a look at this letter? I'm intrigued as to what Guy Fawkes has to discuss with Madame d'Artois.
I am being far too generous in giving you this ship, I know.
You have discovered another player's island.
Fantastic! You will soon have produced all the linen garments for Guy Fawkes.
What is your wish? A letter? For me? Let me see it. From Guy Fawkes. In the name of the Emperor and Cardinal Lucius. Following a vision, I had new weapons produced for my knights. Lord Northborough's best armourer made them. Please be so good as to pick them up from him. Last night, an angel appeared to me in a dream with a cross in one hand and our Emperor's banner in the other. My visions never deceive me. This crusade is the will of God.
Generous as I am, I give you a ship. And still I have to wait for those linen garments. As an imperial vassal, it is your duty to assemble some knights for this crusade. There are certain to be some volunteers in your city who want to take up the sword. Generous as I am, I give you a ship. And still I have to wait for those linen garments. Have you found last? I need ropes. I have ships and war machines commissioned. Jump to it. What are you waiting for?
I can only advise you to build a rope yard to supply ropes to Fawkes as quickly as possible.
production has been disrupted.
I'll be late for Mass if I don't hurry.
I must wash the laundry again.
I'll be late for Mass if I don't hurry.
You call these Hicks nice? You're not serious, are you? Fair enough. Remember the ropes, hear me?
This crusade is such a cross to bear. If I now have to set aside men and materials for forecast, it'll throw the building of the cathedral back weeks, even months.
Last night, an angel appeared to me in a dream with a cross in one hand and our Emperor's banner in the other. My visions never deceive me. This crusade is the will of God.
Ah, Marie has sent you, so I can have these weapons loaded on board your ship. Take good care of that crate, as it contains some real masterpieces of the smith's craft, even if I do despise the use of force of arms.
Have some pizza.
Have you brought the weapons crates? God bless you. I will soon travel to Guy Fawkes with my knights for the ceremonial blessing of the weapons. Last night, an angel appeared to me in a dream with a cross in one hand and our Emperor's banner in the other. My visions never deceive me. This crusade is the will of God.
A good deal is always a welcome change. Perhaps you're having second thoughts.
The wife reckons you should be canonized, or at least beatified.
That forecast is unreasonable, I know, but we must comply with his demands. Let's shake on it. That forecast is unreasonable, I know, but we must comply with his demands.
New buildings are ready to be built.
Excellent. However, we still need some hemp to manufacture the ropes here. Please don't forget that ropes cannot be produced without hemp. I hope you find what you're looking for. Please don't forget... Feel free to come and have a look. Well, my offer still stands. Please don't forget that ropes cannot be produced without hemp. If there's anything else I can help you with... Please don't forget that ropes cannot be produced without hemp. The first ropes are being manufactured.
Game saved.
So, these are your best men? Nine, 10. 10 of your best knights. I hope you're not expecting them to return.
Please hurry. The knights must not under any circumstances miss the weapon blessing.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Please hurry. The knights must not under any circumstances miss the weapon blessing.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Thank God. You have come to help us out of our trees. God bless you. Thanks to you, we will still arrive at the weapon blessing in time.
This crusade. The doors of my storehouse. Perhaps you're having second thoughts. How splendid!
Are you finally delivering the ropes I asked you to produce? At first glance, they don't look like they're about to break. Well, we'll see if they hold. This Brother Hilarious appears to be an abbot. He will bless the weapons.
I am to bless weapons. Right now, I have this delicious-smelling chicken in front of me. Lord above, very well. This juicy drumstick will provide me with sustenance on the journey.
It is irrelevant whether the parson wants to bless the weapons or not. He will do it, and you will bring him here. When is this Brother Hilarious actually going to get here? Have you forgotten all about him?
I had to interrupt my lunch because everything was so terribly urgent. And now I sit here ignored.
So, is that really the... Wonderful! We can now start the blessing of the weapons immediately. Brother Hilarious, discharge the duties of your office. I have done it! Everything is ready. Now, finally, bless these weapons and then distribute them to the knights.
Where's your compassion?
And so, may the Lord anoint these weapons, that they might bear down on the enemy for the glory of the true faith, and,
I am giving you the opportunity to demonstrate your loyalty.
Shipbuilding is quite a specialized science.